Hello, I know it has been a while, but we are back for another edition of Strictly My Opinion, and we've got a couple of things to cover today. Everything from the beginning of a new relationship to the end of an old one. Stay tuned, and we'll be right back.
Shall we begin? Let's begin now.
So, as with our first edition, in this edition we are going to talk about the end of The Bachelorette. Now, I don't know if you watched like I watched, because I watched all of the whole full series run, and on Monday, yes, another bachelor got down, actually I'm sorry, two bachelors got down on one knee and proposed to Ashley, who, if you remember, was like the third runner-up from Brad last season. And I will admit, I was a little surprised, number one, that she let the first bachelor get down on one knee, but also that, well, I take that back. I was more just surprised that she let the one bachelor get down on one knee. Pretty much from, I wouldn't say the beginning, but about midway, I kind of figured she was going to go with JP. By the time we got down to like the hometowns, I was pretty positive she was going with JP. So it wasn't really that big of a shock to me, although I will say, right there at the end, almost, you know, when she was getting dressed to go meet the last two bachelors and they were picking out rings and things like that, when she was saying that in Ben she saw everything, a lover, a best friend, a husband, all those different things, for a second I was like, maybe she's going with Ben. But then, I don't know, she decided to go with JP, which really kind of threw me off, because if you could see everything in this one guy, why go with the other guy? I think it's more sexual attraction. That's just me. I don't know. But, or it could be the curse of my pick, because it seems like every season I pick someone different than who the Bachelor or the Bachelorette picks. They never get picked. So maybe I should just never pick somebody, and then the person I like will get picked. But actually, I take that back. The one season, the person I wanted to be picked, which was Jason and Melissa, got picked, and then you all know the story. He dumped her like 5 seconds later. From Deanna all the way to Ashley, it seems like every time I've made a call of who I like, that's never the person that they pick. So what are you gonna do? But in all fairness, Jason, who picked the person that I wanted to pick and then dumped her and picked the person I didn't want him to pick, they're the only ones, well, with the exception of Allie and Roberto, but they've only been together for a little bit, so I don't really count them. They're the only ones that are still around. So maybe my picks are good picks, or maybe they're bad picks. I don't know. But either way, Ashley is an engaged woman. They looked all types of smitten after the final rose, and you know, I wish them, as with every couple, the best of luck, and I hope that they can make it. I do think, though, and I'm gonna say this now, it hasn't been announced, but I think the new Bachelor, if they don't find anybody outside of this little incestuous train that they have going on, I think it's either gonna be Ben or it's going to be Ryan P. that got on everybody's nerves, the solar energy guy. Second, I thought it was going to be Ames, but he's going to be on the Bachelor pad, which I'm still wishy-washy about if I'll watch. I will be sure to keep you posted on that one, and if I am watching, you know, I'll give you some opinions on that. It's the beginning of a new relationship. As I said, I wish them all the best. And, you know, I'd really like to see them make it. Them and Allie and Roberto, and well, I really think that's all we have left for The Bachelor and The Bachelorette. Moving on to the end of a relationship. Jennifer Lopez and Mark Anthony. And, you know, I said I wasn't going to talk about this. I even have not blogged about it because it's just everywhere. But I don't know. As I was thinking about it, I was like, I feel as though I need to share that with you. So I'm going to share my opinion on Jennifer Lopez and Marc Anthony. Number one, is anybody really surprised by this? Because everybody seems so surprised, but I don't understand. Secondly, I keep hearing this whole, he's in love with Jada Pinkett Smith from Hawthorne because he's playing this role so well. And number one, I don't really think Marc Anthony is that great of an actor, and I've never watched the show, so I really can't answer that question. I really don't think she's his type. I mean, if you look at his past relationship, his first marriage, and then with Jennifer Lopez, he tends to stick to the Latin women. So I'm not really seeing that as a huge cause for the breakup. Lastly, I heard that they kept renewing their vows every year, and or every other year, either way. But this, their 7th year of marriage, they were going to go into their 8th. Maybe he was just like, I'm sick of renewing my vows, and she was like, well, I'll find somebody else who'll let me wear a wedding dress, because she likes the wedding dresses. So, it could be a number of different reasons, but the point is, it's the end of a marriage that has children, and with all the jokes and everything else, that's the part that we need to really remember. Relationship between two people, not an entire world. And it's really funny because they have less scandal in the fact that they're splitting up. There wasn't any love child or anything crazy. Than Maria Shriver and Arnold Schwarzenegger, and yet I have heard more news about Marc Anthony and Jennifer Lopez than them. And is that just because she's part of the Kennedys, or what's up with that? Those are my 2 opinions for this week. I have opinions, you have opinions, and I would love to hear your opinions as always, so please leave them on the blog. As you'll notice, we do have a new blog address, and it's very exciting because it finally matches everything that it should, as well as it's going to be our permanent one, from what I can tell. So be sure to make a note of that on all of your things that you save your blog addresses on, whether it's the Google readers or just your bookmarks, whatever the case may be. And if you have any things that you would like my opinions on, by all means leave that as well, because I would love to voice those for you. And if I don't have an opinion on it, I'll look it up and I'll form one. Until next time, this is Tiffany. See you soon.
Is that all you got?